Chapter 112. 10 Dark Beast Monsters. As Mo Fan saw this twisted guy, he couldn't help but think it was funny. The successor for Bo City's noblest family, which Mu Juan had nurtured with great difficulty, had actually been a lackey from the Black Vatican that they had put in place 10 years ago. This plot had actually been proceeding for a long time. The enraged Darkwing Wolf, the excavated underground tunnels, the violent spring, stealing the underground Holy Spring. Everything had been in the palms of the Black Vatican. The interesting thing was, originally, it was supposed to be Yuang, the spy from the Black Vatican, who should have entered the underground Holy Spring and exchanged the springs. In the end, that person ended up being Mo Fan. Thus, it could be said that their plot to completely destroy Bo City had not been completely effective. No wonder Yuang's superior was so angry, and gave him such a grotesque appearance. Thinking about it thoroughly, they had actually been defeated again as they suffered another setback. And that defeat seemed to have been caused by Mo Fan. Sigh, it really is destiny. Speaking of which, there was one thing in Yuang that Mo Fan sympathized with, and that was thinking Mu Juan was an old scoundrel. You little waste that knows nothing, you ruined my great ambition and wrecked my face. Today, I will definitely let you taste my pain tenfold, 100-fold. Yuang shouted in anger. Mo Fan couldn't help but give a cold laugh as his gaze was fixated on Yuang and his black beast monsters. A defeated general taking action, even if you have one more black beast, shit. Before Mo Fan could finish, a few deformed black figures emerged from behind Yuang. This event made Mo Fan realize it was not worth dealing with that frenzied Yuang as he began running toward the elevator entrance. As he was running, Mo Fan's hand condensed a ball of fire. Being unable to think too much, Mo Fan directly threw the ball of fire burst, rupture toward the door of the shopping mall, giving himself a bit more time to escape. The ball of fire exploded on the large door. The fire burst's fiery power blew an incredibly high and painful damage effect at the black beasts, and along with the shattered glass flying towards them, the black beasts naturally weren't able to get to Mo Fan in time. As it turned noisy, there were fragments of glass and fires everywhere. Yuang used his own shield defensive magic equipment to protect himself from the might of rupture, and then glanced toward the few black beast monsters that were rolling around the floor trying to extinguish the fires enveloping their body. His pair of eyes turned extremely vicious. He wouldn't give up until he killed Mo Fan. As he raised his hand, a continuous number of black shadows scuttled forth from beneath the stairs. The pursuit speed of these black shadows was extremely high. Under the command of Yuang, they quickly gathered around him, looking like a hunting squad. There were a total of 10 black beasts from the Black Vatican gathered around Yuang, making it plain just how heavy his desire to kill Mo Fan was. One had to know that this group of black beasts was originally assigned to guard the magical beast entrance. However, after seeing Mo Fan, Yuang had lost all form of rational thought. He had to kill Mo Fan no matter what. Yuang, return to me immediately. There's a squad of magicians approaching the magical beast entrance. Just when Yuang was going to enjoy his banquet of revenge, he heard the voice in his earphones coming from the hawk-nosed man. Yuang was exceptionally angry. He wanted to personally see these black beasts skin Mo Fan alive. Alright, I'll be there soon. Yuang didn't dare to disobey him. If disobedience was made known to Senior Salang, then it wouldn't be something like just burning off the other side of his face. That man was the scariest person Yuang had ever met in his life. Yuang ferociously swept past Mo Fan, who had escaped into the elevator. Watching him climbing into the non-functioning elevator made Yuang expose a savage smile. The black beast monsters are experts at pursuit. After they catch up to you, they will rip off your flesh bit by bit, exposing your bones and digging out every one of your organs. Thus, go ahead and enjoy. Run, you won't be able to escape from the 10 black beasts. Yuang said toward Mo Fan's fleeing back while laughing. The laughter slowly began to fade out. It was evident that Yuang believed that Mo Fan didn't have the ability to escape from the 10 Black Beasts' attack formation. In fact, the Black Beast's combat prowess was somewhere between a colossal-eyed ape rat and a one-eyed magic wolf. When it came to sneak attacks and pursuing, however, it was even more frightening than either magic beast. 10 Black Beasts that knew how to cooperate to hunt a target were far more frightening than 10 one-eyed magic wolves. Furthermore, Yuang had given his command of doom. The Black Beasts would definitely pursue Mo Fan non-stop, and kill him most cruelly. Mo Fan didn't dare to stop at the moment. He wasn't afraid of Yuang at all. Even if there was one additional Black Beast, Mo Fan would still be able to contend against the two. However, when there were a whole 10 Black Beasts, that was definitely not something he was capable of dealing with. After arriving outside of the elevator, Mo Fan forcefully opened the elevator doors with his hands. The elevator was clearly at the very bottom floor. Mo Fan decisively jumped into the nearly empty elevator hole, and then quickly grabbed onto the metal cable within the hole of the elevator as he climbed up. The quality of Mo Fan's body wasn't bad. The speed he was climbing at wasn't slow. However, after climbing only 3 meters, there was an ugly shriek coming from below. It was a Black Beast jumping into the dark depths of the elevator. The well of the elevators had a limited amount of space. The Black Beast didn't grab onto the cables, and thus it fell down to the lowest level of the elevator, landing on the top of the elevator that was stopped at the first sublevel. It was momentarily stunned from the fall. Following behind it was the second Black Beast jumping out. Learning from the one that had fallen down, this Black Beast used its claws to grab onto the cables, and then it used its strong forelimbs to quickly climb after him. Shit. Fall down for this daddy. Mo Fan cursed. As he said this, his 2 hands were tightly holding onto the cable ropes. From his fingers, an electric arc was transmitted to the cables through his palms. The electric arc quickly shot down, hitting the Black Beast that had nearly grabbed onto Mo Fan. Afterwards, its forelimbs clearly withdrew. Groan. The Black Beast emitted a shriek. Its body quickly smashed down. It smashed right onto the first Black Beast that was going to climb the cables to catch up. Hilarity ensued, and ended with a crash. Mo Fan let out a relieved breath before he began to quickly climb again. After passing through the reinforced glass of the elevator, Mo Fan realized that these Black Beasts possessed a certain level of intelligence. After they realized that Mo Fan could use the power of lightning to make them unable to climb the cable ropes, the Black Beasts did something that made Mo Fan want to curse out, and that was, run up the stairs. A large shopping mall was usually designed in a way that there would be an escalator and an elevator. They left 4 Black Beast monsters to guard the entrance of the elevator, and had them watch Mo Fan within the elevator well. The other 6 collectively ran toward the escalator on the other side. It was clear that they were going to the 2nd and 3rd floor to pursue Mo Fan. The reinforced glass within the elevator well might be a bit hard for them to destroy. However, the door of the elevator could easily be pulled open. If they were to keep guard over the top and the bottom, then Mo Fan wouldn't be able to preserve his little life. Thus, after getting to the 2nd floor, Mo Fan didn't think twice before he immediately pulled open the 2nd floor elevator door. He jumped to the side, toward the emergency tunnel, and ran. After getting there, Mo Fan encountered a situation. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.